Humility sees things differently. Humility understands that greatness is not built in leaps, but in steps. It teaches respect for yourself, for order, for discipline. When you clean your room, you are not simply dusting shelves or folding clothes. You are making a declaration. Chaos will not rule over me. Disorder will not control my environment, my mind, or my spirit. Each small act of discipline is not trivial. It is a seed of strength. Have you ever stopped to look at your life with complete honesty? Not the version you share online, not the role you play in front of others, but the truth you seek when you are alone. The Stoics believed this kind of self examination is the first step to real freedom, because if you cannot see yourself clearly, you cannot improve. This honesty can be uncomfortable. You may notice that you waste time, repeat bad habits, or keep doing things you know are wrong. Philosophy is useful here because it forces you to face reality instead of running from it. Marcus Aurelius wrote that if you look within yourself, you will always find a source of strength. Change begins inside, not outside. You need to clean up your habits, discipline your mind, and treat yourself as someone who matters. This is what it means to respect yourself. Self respect is not vanity, it is recognizing that your life is valuable. If you don't treat yourself seriously, no one else will. Life left on its own drifts into chaos. If you don't rise each day with purpose, you risk falling into resentment, weakness, and despair. Respect is not something others hand you, it begins with you. If you want to live well, you must fight for it. You cannot sit back and wait for motivation to appear, because motivation comes and goes. What matters is knowing what truly fuels you. Every person is different. Some find strength in deep friendships and social connection. Others are driven by competition and the thrill of victory. Some crave creativity and imagination, while others feel secure only with safety and stability. These differences are not flaws, but engines. If you understand your nature and work with it, not against it, you can direct your energy in the right way. Psychology tells us people have different personality traits. Extroverts thrive on energy from people and shared laughter. Agreeable people value trust and closeness. Those who are more competitive are fueled by challenge and rivalry. The open minded seek beauty, novelty, and new ideas. Even those high in caution or worry have their strength. They stay alert and avoid danger. Each trait has value if you know how to use it. Respecting yourself also means planning for your future. Where do you want to be in 3 years? In five? What kind of friendships do you want to build? What kind of love will you pursue? What level of excellence will you demand in your work? How will you use your free hours? Will you waste them or turn them into something meaningful? Will you care for your body and mind or let them weaken? The answers to these questions shape your vision. Without vision, life becomes aimless wandering. With vision, even the smallest actions gain meaning. The way forward is to turn big goals into small daily steps. Choose 3 things each day that matter most. One for your health, one for your work, and one for your relationships. Take action, even if it is small. Track your progress, not perfection. Over time, progress itself becomes fuel for more progress. A weekly review can help you reset, look at what worked, what failed, and what you will do next. Motivation may fade, but habits and vision will carry you forward. Life does not hand you order, you build it. Self respect, clarity, and daily discipline form the foundation of a meaningful life. When you commit to them, you stop drifting and begin to live with purpose. Every step you take is a kind of victory, not just the big, visible steps that everyone praises, but the small, almost invisible ones. Cleaning your room, writing a single paragraph, exercising for just 20 minutes. To the arrogant eye, these seem meaningless, laughable even. But arrogance itself is the very poison that keeps a man weak and enslaved. It whispers, "You are above such things. You deserve more than these little efforts." And by convincing you that small victories don't matter, it robs you of all victories. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor who carried the burden of ruling the vast Roman Empire, once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Those words cut through centuries and still strike hard today, because most people waste their lives in endless speculation, debating what is right, what is wrong, what is meaningful, what is not. But Aurelius reminds us that words are empty if not lived. To respect yourself is to stop hiding behind excuses and act. If you say you value health, then prove it with your habits, by what you eat, how you move, and how you rest. If you claim to love your family, then show it not in vague sentiment, but in your words and your deeds through time, presence, and care. If you say you are searching for wisdom, then stop feeding your mind with trash and shallow entertainment. Living otherwise is hypocrisy. Aurelius's command is harsh because it leaves no escape, but it is also liberating because it cuts through the noise. And yet, self-respect is not sustained by chasing pleasure or success alone. Hope and ambition are powerful, but they are not enough. To walk the path with seriousness, you need both hope and fear. Hope is the light. It shows you the destination, the kind of life you want to build. But fear is the shadow. It warns you of what will happen if you fail to act. Ask yourself honestly, what happens if I keep wasting my days? If I continue to avoid discipline, to delay responsibility, what kind of life am I building? The answers are not hard to see. Poverty, addiction, broken families, a body collapsing under neglect, a mind drowning in bitterness and resentment. These are not distant possibilities. They are the immediate results of repeated neglect. Just as you must clearly define what you want to become, you must also clearly define what you refuse to become. You need both the pull of vision and the push of fear. Hope fuels your energy. Fear sharpens your resolve. Together, they keep you awake, alert, alive. But hope and fear alone are not enough. Self-respect demands that you build your life on strong, unshakable foundations. These are the pillars of existence: family ties, genuine friendships, meaningful work, continuous learning, physical health, mental stability, and freedom from destructive substances or habits. These are not luxuries. They are the very scaffolding of life itself. Ignore them, and you collapse. Build upon them, and you stand strong, even when storms come. Without these foundations, you sink into chaos. With them, you construct a fortress against despair. So, when someone says, respect yourself, do not take it as a soft, comforting phrase. Take it as a call to arms. It is not a pat on the back, it is a challenge. It means stop humiliating yourself with excuses. Stop pretending that laziness is freedom. Stop calling neglect independence. Respect yourself enough to set real goals. Respect yourself enough to chase them every single day, no matter how small the step. Respect yourself enough to face the abyss of your flaws, to look at your weaknesses honestly and fight anyway. This is not vanity. This is not self-indulgence. This is survival. It is morality. It is Stoicism in practice. Because if you cannot grant yourself respect, then you will spend your life begging for the approval of others. And that dependence is slavery. But if you learn to stand tall before yourself, if you can look in the mirror and see someone worthy of responsibility, discipline, and meaning, then you will finally know freedom. And freedom, unlike chaos, is never handed to you. It is earned. There comes a point in every human life when suffering grows so heavy that it feels as if even breathing is an act of defiance against despair. These are the darkest hours, when all illusions are stripped away. No savior descends from the sky. No angels appear to rescue you. What remains is the blunt, undeniable fact: you must lift yourself. You must rise, even bruised and broken, against the pull of chaos that tries to drag everything down. This is the first law of heroism. No one can live your life for you. You either carry your burden or you fall. And the astonishing, beautiful truth is that most people do carry it quietly, daily, and that in itself is nothing less than a miracle. We like to imagine heroes as warriors in armor, standing on battlefields, crowned in glory. But the real battlefields are far humbler. The kitchen table, when the bills are due and your child is sick. The factory floor, when your body aches but you keep working to provide. The hospital room, when you hold a loved one's hand through pain. Heroism is not only written in epic tales, it is carved into the small acts of ordinary life. It is the blind man and the crippled man joining forces to survive, each covering the other's weakness. It is the exhausted mother waking before dawn to prepare food for her children. It is the father who, despite his failures, gets up again and again to fight for his family. These are the true heroes, not the gods of myth, but flesh and blood men and women who hold civilization together with their invisible strength. They suffer, and they still rise.